Hi world, it's Sunday. It's the 2nd of June 2024. It's about 11 a.m. in the morning UK time. Sunday's sermon, because I haven't done one for a long time. What do you want to be remembered for? What's your legacy? It's worth noting that people always remember you for what you said as much as what you did. So how do you want to be remembered? Over the last couple of days, I put up a couple of videos. One was a cock up. One was I did my very best to give an objective, detached and impersonal astrological perspective on what was going on in the case of the trial of the ex-president of America, Donald Trump. And I did my very best to be detached and objective. And when I reviewed all the comments, 60-70% of them were really nice. They praised the fact that I was doing my best astrologically, that I was trying to be impartial, and the other 30% were at least full of anger, vitriol, in some cases downright hatred, and some people actually tried to use astrology to justify their own opinions, their own political stance. Now, no astrologer can be that detached. Of course I have my own opinions, but I'm experienced enough to keep my opinions out of my astrological input 95% of the time anyway. And when I saw some of that anger, I just thought, you're consumed by fear and anger. So there's no way you're going to be able to be objective or detached. And I thought, well, what is it with these people? Why are they so bitter and twisted? Why are they so angry? Why is there no room for compassion, empathy, generosity of spirit, kindness? Or are these things that these people go, oh, that's just hippie nonsense, I'm not doing that? You're going to be remembered for what you write. Your comments will be looked at in 50 years' time by your children and your grandchildren. So it's a legacy that you leave behind. My videos will be my legacy. So I got to thinking, what is this about the dichotomy between the need for kindness, generosity of spirit and compassion in the world at the moment, in a world that has very little, seemingly, versus the need for people to be so forthright, so harsh. And I thought, well, where's the astrological symbolism here? And I was just looking at the ephemeris, the timetable of planetary places, and I realised a couple of things. To a lesser degree, last year, 2023, Pluto moved into Aquarius for a few months and then retrograded back into Capricorn. This year, Pluto moved into Aquarius for a long time and now it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn for a couple of months before finally moving into Aquarius around the turn of the year in a way that will then be permanent for the next 15 years or so plus. As we speak, Neptune is standing still at 29 degrees 52, 53. It's going to stand still exactly in a couple of weeks' time at 29 degrees 55 of Pisces. This is in the last 5 minutes of the last degree of the last sign of the zodiac. Neptune is that close to moving into Aries, but it won't. It will retrograde back into Pisces before moving into Aries next year. Even then, I suspect it's going to move back into Pisces a little bit next year for a couple of months before finally emerging into Aries at the start of 26 in a way that will then be the theme for the next 14 years. And at that time, Saturn will also be moving into Aries, and there is a Saturn-Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees of Aries in the early part of 2026, which is not going to take any prisoners and will be incisive and decisive in its repercussions. And Neptune's at the very end of Pisces. Neptune deals with gullibility, escapism, avoidance, neuroses, addiction, deception at all levels. But it also deals with art, spirituality, esotericism. It's about the way you express yourself in a genteel and sophisticated and elegant way, which is why it's so friendly with Venus. And at the positive side, Neptune deals with words like empathy, compassion, spirituality, the generosity of spirit, kindness, and it is the relationship you have with the divine, however you choose to see the divine as being. Many people will see their relationship with divine in a religious way, and they will call what they see as the divine, they will call it God, or Buddha, or Allah. Others will see it in a slightly less religious way and call their relationship with the divine, oh, the universe speaks to me, or I have a relationship with the universe, or I have a relationship with spirit. I call it the upstairs department. Call it what you like. But my relationship with spirit and my relationship with divine is something I'm comfortable with. I find it difficult to believe that people that are consumed and absorbed by anger, hatred, and an inability to be able to tolerate anyone else's point of view can have a good relationship with spirit, because when might makes right, and my point of view is the only one that counts, well, this is the root of fundamentalism. And there are a growing number of fundamentalists in many different spheres of life at this time. Neptune is approaching the very, very end of Pisces. It is finishing a 64 year journey around the skies. Neptune was only discovered in 1841, so it's only been in our consciousness for one and a bit cycles. It's only just completed one orbit of the Sun since its discovery. So it's relatively new from an astrological perspective. It's only been discovered 180 years. But as it approaches the end of Pisces, and as Pluto is moving into Aquarius before Neptune moves into Aries, it does seem there's a massive reset of consciousness going on. And what I mean by a reset of consciousness is it's almost as if there's an upgrade of conscience. And we're all going to be asked to be more accountable, not only for our actions, but for the way we feel and the way we think. Evolution is a hard task mistress. And those of us who cannot or will not evolve, preferring instead to stay in old patterns of aggression, are going to fade into the background. They're going to become redundant. The new future is going to be based on intelligence, whether that be artificial, human, or ideally a blend of both. I saw a wonderful quote this morning that said, I don't want artificial intelligence to do my art and my music. I want artificial intelligence to do my laundry and my washing up so that I can do art and music. Great, love it. I've integrated artificial intelligence with some of my astrology. I'm experimenting with it because you can't be scared of the future. There's so many episodes in recent history. Oh, we don't go with them on the internet. It's going to damage our lives. Oh, the MK2 bug, the Millennium bug, that's going to destroy us all. Artificial intelligence will kill us all. Fear. Fear tactics designed to disempower us, isolate us, turn us against each other. My God is better than your God. My president is better than your president. Fear, which leads to anger and fundamentalism. You're not being asked to surrender your free will. You're not being asked to surrender your opinion. You are being asked politely to allow others to have their own opinion and to not criticise them for it. When viewed against some of the political and religious struggles in the world at the moment, I feel like I'm banging my head against a brick wall. I mean, you know, I'm not fighting a losing battle, but I feel like an ant taking on a massive dam. But you've got to start somewhere. Thing is, there is a time scale, and that's where the astrology comes in. Less than 2 years from now, Uranus will be moving into Gemini. Pluto will be firmly established in Aquarius. Neptune and Saturn will have moved into Aries. The biggest reset in consciousness in human history is upon us. And if we don't want to become consumed by the anger and the hatred that is so endemic around us now, which will lead to some type of not take over, but control by the less intuitive, empathic and kind attributes of humanity, then we all need to wise up quickly and evolve. Because the alternative doesn't bear thinking about. We won't last long at all. We'll just descend into warfare and bickering and hatred. And there's already plenty of that around now. So, at the end of the day, I have to ask yourself, how do you want to be remembered? What is your legacy? People will remember you for what you say and what you do. You are not being asked to be successful. You're not being asked to compromise yourself. You are being asked to listen to other people's opinions, or at least give other people the right to have their own opinions, whilst at the same time being the very best of yourself. End of sermon. Take care, world. Bye.